Perfect.
All right, bro. How are you, man?
Pretty good, and you?
Yeah,
Finished the
really good
gym?
today. Me too.
Leg day, man.
Oh, never skipping leg day. There you go. Let me share my screen. There's just a couple of things I wanted to share with you, right?
Yeah.
Let's start with the obvious thing, which is Bitcoin, and let's just make a daily chart. So this is the Bitcoin chart here. We are running into Bitcoin resistance. So what I mean by resistance isn't a matter of drawing fancy lines on your chart. Resistance is a psychological anchoring about where people paid before. So if you imagine this guy who bought right here, he was feeling great, then he was feeling even better, and then he was feeling like shit for months. Now he's close to getting even again. That's been like a big roller coaster ride for him, and Bitcoin was a huge mistake, happy to get out with his money out, right? So there's inherent selling pressure. Whenever you see a lot of overlapping bars, a lot of zones where people traded hands, and you can see that there's a heap of we're heading into the zone where the majority of the short-term traders have traded hands. Now, the next thing to notice is this move off the lows was so strong. Look at how fast this is, even compared to the start of the bull market in early 2021. It's actually even faster than the early stage. So the pullback, the next thing to notice is the form of the pullback was a two-legged pullback. So leg down, leg up, second leg down. And that's it. This is a classic corrective mechanism. And usually this two-legged pullback, down, up, down, happens only in bull markets. It's further evidence of a bull market. And you can see if we were going to enter a bear market here, we would have broken down low and the market switched into bull mode. And Bitcoin has been so much stronger than everything else. So Bitcoin's gone up, but if you look at, say, the leading altcoins, Sol hasn't gone up. AVAX hasn't gone up. OT hasn't gone up, like Luna. So all of the leading alts have been going down while Bitcoin's going up. So this creates kind of a weird situation where, how do you feel if you're holding alts right now? I'm like, crypto's going up, but I'm not getting any. Like, it's fucked. Like.
Yeah, well, I just got someone actually who asked me, like, if you get some shitcoin, and he was like, should I go back in Bitcoin?
Should I sell? Should I go? Yeah. So the way that it works is the exact moment when the shitcoin holders say, I'm done with these shitcoins, and they switch back into Bitcoin, that's when alts take off, right?
Yeah.
So what I had a little feeling yesterday, I own a few alts in one of my discretionary accounts, and I'll show you what happened. And I think it marked a bottom. So Ethereum Bitcoin is the chart that you want to look at to know, is Bitcoin stronger or alt stronger? Alt stronger, Bitcoin stronger, right? Yeah. Yesterday, I was looking at this chart without the last bar, and it looked like this. I couldn't find a single reason to go long. And in my discretionary account, it's just a small account. Let me find it. I'll show it to you. So this is the bullshit that I'm holding in my discretionary account. Fucking Shiba, Koti, DYDX, FTM, and just garbage, basically. And Bitcoin's going up and my garbage isn't going up, and I'm like, I just got too aggressive, and I FOMO'd into alts because I thought Bitcoin had gone up and alts were going to take over, and I was just feeling like a complete dickhead, actually. And the moment when that happened, if I look at the hourly chart, I almost sent a message out to everyone saying, don't go into alts yet. Like, this is a disaster. And what I thought was going to happen last night was alts were going to trade the bottom of this trading range. Like this is a clear trading range. Usually when trading ranges get close to the bottom or close to the top, they vacuum, like people are expecting it to go further down. So the buying pressure evaporates until they hit the bottom of the trading range. Now, that exact moment when I felt really despondent about it, I noticed that I was feeling like terrible about my decision to be in alts. And ordinarily, those strong feelings mark a market turning point. So when I'm feeling like a dickhead for owning alts, like I own Bitcoin in my main account, that's all I'm in actually. But that moment when I felt like a dickhead was right here, 7 p.m. last night, and that was the exact bottom, like to the almost to the second. So it looks to me like Bitcoin, like the Ethereum Bitcoin play has I think this is in the early stages of topping, and I think that altcoins are going to take over from here. Either Ethereum first or the leading alts first. I think that's what's going to happen. It's very early and speculative to say. So what I think we should do is drop down and look at a short-term chart, and we want to see what has been moving off the lows. So the lows were about 8 o'clock last night. About there. Okay. So off the lows, the strongest coins off the lows have been Binance Coin, Uni, Atom, Chiliz, weird stuff these are not the market leaders. Or Atom is a market leader. So far, this is kind of weird, right? Like this is not what I would have expected. You know, our market leading coins are typically if we go back to the move off the July lows.
How did you put all those lines? Did you like manually added them one by one, or?
I'm gonna show you after that, because this is the most useful chart in crypto. This is absolutely the chart that you want to have. So what I do is I zoom out until I put the start of the bull market, which was the 19th of July, on the left-hand side, and that way it overlays everything over each other. Now, the red line here, the dark red line, is Ethereum, and you want all these measured against Bitcoin. Why? Because sometimes things go up just because Bitcoin's going up. You want to remove that influence when you're looking at them side by side. So the dark red line is Ethereum Bitcoin, right? Mm-hmm. We have this constant ongoing argument. What's a shitcoin? What's a shitcoin? That's a shitcoin. It's not a shitcoin. It's a good project, whatever. In my view, Ethereum is the second biggest altcoin, right?
Yeah.
The biggest altcoin, the second biggest crypto. So almost by definition, it's the safest altcoin, right?
Yeah.
So if you're earning less money than Ethereum, but taking more risk than Ethereum, that's a bad risk reward deal. Like, it's okay to earn less if you're taking less risk, but what's not okay is to take more risk. Like, anyone would say that MKR and DCR are riskier than Ethereum, right? But they've earned less money than Ethereum. So all of the coins below here I regard as shitcoins. The coins that we typically want to hold are the ones that are at the top: Luna, Sol, AVAX, COTI, OMG, Atom, REN. You know, if you had to hold five coins for the last month, it would definitely be Sol, Luna, AVAX, COTI, OMG, right? Mm-hmm. So this chart is the best way to view everything, because you're seeing everything layered on top of each other. Now, let me show you how to make this chart. So you want to start off with Ethereum Bitcoin, so ETH BTC, and then you want to get out the list of coins in our system tradable universe, or your own watch list, or whatever it is that you follow. And what we go in TradingView is we go, first of all, we want this to be line and not candles.
Mm-hmm.
And then I want Ethereum, Bitcoin to be more easily, I want it to stand out. So I'm going to right click, I'm going to go settings, and I'm going to click on the color, and I'm going to make it a red color, and I'm going to make it thick. That way Ethereum, Bitcoin, which is one of the key things you want to see is obvious. Then I go compare, and then I'm going to type in all of my lists. So REN BTC, hit enter, DCR BTC.
Okay, yeah, so you have to manually do it.
But you don't have to do it one at a time. And you just keep adding them all. And now what you do when you want to see it is you zoom in or zoom out so that the start of the period that you want to look at is over here. So if we think the bull market was in two phases, the first part was January 2021. And you can see how much Doge outperformed in the early part of that market. And the second part is from July 19. So if we put July 19 on the second side, we can see comparatively which ones are leading the race and which ones are falling. And there's another trick as well. You can click on this button right here, instead of go to gate, go to custom range. So if I want to look at the first part of the bull market, I can choose from 1st of January, which was the first part of the bull market. And
25th,
the first part,
25th December, they started.
Yes, exactly.
The alt season.
Exactly so. And the first part of the bull market ended about halfway through May.
Yep.
And click go to, and that shows me the relative performance for the first half of the bull market. And you can see the Doge was just standout performer. So to me, this is the most useful chart in crypto, and it's useful because when the markets.
But for example, if I am a guy now, I have some shit coins here and there, and I was thinking about should I go back to Bitcoin?
No,
what could be
now because that feeling that off.
Yeah, but are still my the shit coins I have. Are this the one that's going to be the strong on the next phase of the market?
So this is a very interesting question. Now, up until now, let's look at. Sorry. Okay, so up until now, Sol, Luna, AVAX, Coty, things like that, those were the standout performance, but really Sol is down very, very substantially from that time. Luna is down very, very substantially. AVAX is down very substantially. Now, if we think about what Luna, Sol, AVAX, Atom, what do they have in common? They're like
DeFi, yeah?
No, they're their own blockchains, right?
Yeah, they're on blockchain, but really oriented to DeFi.
Yes, but these are the blockchains that are like Ethereum competitors, right?
Yes.
So these bull markets can go in waves. You remember we had DeFi summer, DeFi kicked it off, Uni.
Yeah, DeFi on Ethereum. DeFi on Ethereum kicked off until the middle of May.
And then the other stuff took over, right?
Yeah.
So I am a little bit cautious that maybe we're starting some sector rotation in these, Luna, Sol, AVAX, their own blockchain coins. Maybe I would be a little bit cautious about going back into those. Even though they've been the strongest coins so far, lately they've been the weakest coins. If we look at the last...
I guess the hard part in this is, for example, the smaller investors, they can't play on DeFi on Ethereum. The fees are too high.
The fees are too high,
yeah. So they all go to the others, but
So what we want to look at is the possibility of everything changing from this next phase of the market. I can't rule out.
Yeah.
I can't rule out a total change. Like Uni is the strongest coin today by a mile. We might be getting some sector rotation. I'd be very, very cautious about getting into.
That's what I thought as well. I mean, a big part that plays in it is how much news we're gonna get about Ethereum 2.0, right?
Mm.
If Ethereum 2.0 is soon, then the fuck we do with other blockchains? It's just gonna be Ethereums and tokens that are on it.
So, actually, let me look at it on this one. So Uni is spiking. Let's have a look. Oh, okay. Bottom of a trading range, strong buying pressure. That's hard to buy. Yeah, I think there's significant uncertainty in the market at the moment. I would be.
Yeah.
I think we're starting alt season, but I just don't know which alts are going to be in the alt season.
Yeah, that's the thing we can't guess, and then even if we try to think, I would say like with some intelligent research or whatever it is.
It's so hard. So
if it's Doge or Shiba Inu, what the fuck you do with your research? You know what I mean? It's like.
So if you think altcoins are going to outperform Bitcoin, if you think everything's going to work, Bitcoin's going to work, Ethereum's going to work, altcoins are going to work. If you think that the Bitcoin move has been too far, too fast, and if you think alts are going to work, but you don't know which sort of alts, the safe alt play is just to hold Ethereum. Like, I know that's not very sexy and not very exciting, but that's probably the safe play.
I think that's for sure something. Yeah,
it's not what people want to hear, but
yeah.
So what should technically happen right now is that the historically strong alts, and that would be so the alts which are strongest right now statistically, and I'll just bring those up so you can see. Atom, Algo, AVAX, OMG, REN, CRV, ICX, and Sol. Like these are the coins which technically should outperform. I'm not so sure about that though. If you had to bet,
sure, yeah,
that's. Let's just have a look at those for a couple of minutes. I think that might be smart. So. Atom.
What would be interesting to see as well is the money flowing into NFTs. There's this massive bubble going on now.
Massive bubble. I can't play that. It's like, it's so.
I can't understand. Yeah, it's just, I'm like, it's like, it's going to explode.
And, the market, the size of the movie theater is large. Like the market is huge, but the doors in and the door out is very small. Like the liquidity is going to dry up.
Even more with NFTs. Like
crazy.
You can't even find the buyers. Like, it's like,
if you think you can sell an Ether Rock for over $1 million in a year's time, you're smoking crack, man. Like.
And good one.
Good crack, yeah. Yeah, smoking that rock. Yeah, so I mean, what should go off is Atom, Algo. Let's have a look at that. I mean, showing tentative signs of strength, but like these are really ugly looking, these are really beaten down looking charts, right?
Mm.
What else? AVAX also looks terrible. Same chart, ran. I mean, these are all looking like the same chart, super strong things and just beat to hell over the last couple of months. Yeah, we'll see. I think my system's going to be back in alts next week, and those are probably going to be the alts that it's going to choose. So
Can't wait.
probably, yeah, I want to be back in alts too. Like overall, it feels like it's about time that we're all going to make a shit ton of money. Like it's been nice to hold Bitcoin for a couple of weeks. Can't lie. Like could be worse.
And how did you know? Like, oh yeah, okay, that's with the momentum that you calculate this one for those coins.
Yeah.
So
even though we're holding Bitcoin, the system still calculates what are the strongest holds list. And
yep. All right, that's perfect.
And I might just show you this before we kick off. This is our coin ranking from 1 through to 63, and this is the altcoin returns against Bitcoin last week. So of the 63 coins that we follow, only 3 of them were able to beat Bitcoin. So obviously it's a complete sucker play being in alts last week, just terrible idea. And we have a negative correlation between performance and ranking. So the highest ranked coins, the Sols, the Lunas, the Cotties, the AVAX, lost a shit ton of money. Like these are all losing like 21, 24, 26, 29%, whereas the lowest ranking coins were still losing money, but they were losing less money. And the average is negative. This is what's called negative momentum. When it's like this, we can't play alts. There's no way to play the altcoin game this week and win. Like we can't play, we shouldn't play because we can't win, right?
Yeah. All right. Amazing, man.
That's all I wanted to share.
That was interesting. Thank you so much.
Anytime, brother.